Hi there, it's Robin Hart here to share with you some insights on real estate. This is the week of the Super Bowl 2024. Today we'll cover insights on rates, market news, and just a little Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift fun at the very end. All right, let's dive into rates. Okay. So rates are slightly higher at the end of this week than 2 weeks ago. The 30-year fixed is averaging around 6.97%, while the jumbo rates are hovering over 7% and FHA and VA remain near 6.25. What's happening? Well, basically, we had some big numbers on jobs, and even if they were mostly part-time jobs, stubborn inflation is sticking around, and we also have a very cautious Fed. So just keep in mind that nothing in financial markets ever goes in a straight line up or down. You will have some reactions to short-term market news and then settling back in on a trend. And we are still in a floating pattern, and we still expect for the overall trajectory to remain on a downward path for the short and long-term months. So and with that, we have mortgage rate optimism. Yes, seriously, that's a thing that people watch. Mortgage rate optimism recently hit a new high at 70.7%. What does that mean? Well, it means most people are thinking on the long term, rates are going to go down. It also means that people are sitting on the sidelines while they're waiting for rates to come down. Some are waiting, but wanting to purchase, while others are wanting to cash out or do some home improvements. And even most Fed members, when asked, are anticipating that rates will come down in the future months and even years. And with rates solidly in the sixes, we are seeing pending home sales climbing. Not skyrocketing, but climbing. And in the month of December alone, home sales climbed as much as 8.3%, which is actually quite huge because December is usually a slower month. And on the housing inventory, I've seen some claims of, wow, there's tons of homes on the market. Well, not exactly. Take a look at this chart here, showing the real data that we've been able to find. We have more homes on the market right now than we have in the last 3 years. That is true. The last time we had more inventory was 2019, 2018, 2017, all, which were great years in real estate. So we desperately needed that inventory. This is not a bubble, and it's definitely not a market crash. So, and now revisiting that jobs data, we are seeing large corporations still laying off people, which is unfortunate. Even DocuSign recently had its disruptions and laying off about 6% of its workforce, or about 400 employees. And we are expecting this to be a new trend, unfortunately, for 2024. Layoffs will continue throughout the year while companies explore their options with new technologies and, of course, AI advances. And speaking of disruptions, we've all noticed a trend of people moving across the country. They move for jobs, better weather, better lifestyles. Redfin recently performed a survey on the trend, and yes, people are moving mostly from the Northeast and Midwest. The largest cities people are moving from are San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, Miami, and Boston. Of course, those are all high-cost cities. Places where they seem to be moving to are Columbus, Ohio, Austin, Texas, San Antonio, Las Vegas, and even the beautiful Tampa, Florida. All right. And their survey also covered why people are moving. Some were for politics, weirdly enough, as people are relocating both to blue and red states, meaning people in red states are relocating to blue and from blue states into the red, specifically to be around more like-minded associations. Others are moving for pro-business politics or lower taxes. Funny how no one mentioned weather or not wanting to shovel snow off their roof, which would be my number one reason for moving. And this slide is just something very cool. Take a peek at the photograph. It's the wildlife photograph of the year. A beautiful picture of a polar bear napping on an iceberg, and it just blew me away. It's an amazing image of a violent predator just serenely napping. The image will be showcased in London this year through June 2024 at the Wildlife Photographer of the Year exhibit. And it is just absolutely spectacular. If you get a chance to go see it, take a peek. And now for the fun stuff. Yes, it's Super Bowl Sunday, and the big question everyone's asking, and it's not what the score is going to be or who's going to win. It is, will Taylor Swift make it to Vegas to see her boyfriend play? And will her attendance or lack of affect Travis Kelsey's play? Well, here's the deal. I think she's going to make it. No, I don't think he's worried about it. I think he's pretty excited to be in the Super Bowl and that his girlfriend is quite hot. So, by the way, has anyone noticed how Travis Kelce's mom looks an awful lot like Melissa Etheridge? How crazy cool would that be? So, and this one is for Beth and Amy, the Tay Tay themed Super Bowl snacks for the win. You can make any of these. They are 13 of your favorite Tay Tay snackers for your Super Bowl party. My favorites happen to be Invisible Strings, Whiskey on Ice, Alyssa Declares, and Beers Ricochet. So no surprise there. All right. So at the end of every video, I always try to address with you when is the best time to buy. And in a market where there's a housing shortage, reasonable rates, buy now. You'll take in the equity over the years and be able to refinance in the months going forward. I'm Robin Hart of the Home Loans of Hart team. We are here to help you build wealth through real estate. Have a great Super Bowl weekend. I'll catch up with you next week.